The Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King, brought to you by Harvey Autos in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you've trusted for years. Geico, the insurance savings you expect. Supreme Chevrolet, expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales. Bollinger Shipyards, 75 years of delivering high-quality vessels. Here's your host, Lieber King.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Jeremy Wilburn, head football coach at Captain Shreve High School in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Good to see you again, man.
Absolutely, Lee.
I remember it was like yesterday. You were working right out of college, like all young guys, trying to get a job, trying to get into this and that, and you were selling like sports equipment, man. You were like, you sold me some tennis shoes,
yeah.
Right? But you were right out of college.
Yep.
And then I saw you again in the early stages of your coaching career. You were at Airline as an assistant, receivers coach, I believe. And then I think you were at Huntington a little bit. And you paid your dues, man, and now you're the head coach at Captain Shreve. Did a really good job last year. Lost, like we were talking about, you lost 4 or 5 key guys before the season even started. And y'all had a great year. I mean, a couple of you guys were national recruits. That was tough, huh, Coach, to overcome.
Yeah.
But you did it. Facilities here are nice. I mean, I told you, the weight room, the locker room, things are starting to...
It's been a growth process. I think for me individually, personally, building out a staff and have been adding key guys here and there as time comes, and the right guys. I think that just finding the culture fit is the biggest thing. When you get the right leaders in here, it kind of helps guide the program and kind of gets on autopilot. And so we've done a lot of work on the facilities and trying to upgrade some things to have the best of the best for our kids and to offer them the best things we can, from equipment, technology to information and coaching resources, whatever we can to make the atmosphere here the best to promote those guys and have the success for them. So it's been a fun ride. It's been a really lot of hard work, but very very much so just enjoying every part of it.
The Gators, you see the Gator in the background, mascot. A lot of tradition here. Roland Harper was here with the Bears, and Bo Harris played many years with LSU, and you got Law playing right now. Was at Alabama, and where's he at now, Coach?
He's at Kentucky.
Kentucky is crazy. He'll be a stud there now.
Yep.
You got his younger brother on the team.
Sure
right?
do. Caleb be a junior. He played a lot for us last year. He's a freak in the weight room and on the track and just super athletic, much like his brother and his dad. And we're fortunate to have him. He's a great kid too. Student council, does all those things, and so he's an awesome program guy as well.
Jeremy, great academic school too.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, we don't slide on those things. I mean, it's all we've got some kids right now when we go through grade checks every 4 weeks that it's just staying on them. We've had to get some guys out that couldn't buy into what we were doing, and understanding that the standard is the standard, and you're going to meet that. And those guys that have really enjoyed having that structure, and they appreciate each other now. And the atmosphere is a little different as far as the way they look at each other. They know everybody's kind of earned their spot.
The late Lee Hedges coached here a little bit too, man. The stadium's named after him. What does that name mean to you?
He was the original, right? The guy that kind of set Shreve the path for Shreve moving forward. And there were some years where we as a program here, we weren't maybe paying him the respect that we owed him, and Coach Palvido and Coach Larry, when they came over here and kind of redirected us and got the wheels back on the right track, and it's just kind of brains been handed down, and I'm fortunate enough now to be sitting here at the stage we're at the program level that they built it up to.
I was just so happy to meet him in his 80s, and he was hanging out at the school.
Yeah,
I was like, is Coach on the staff? Yeah, he's here. He's a part of what we are, and I'm like, man, it was great to meet him. Nice guy. I know people that played for him.
Oh, yeah.
In the 70s and 60s.
Yeah, we got Jimmy Martin, who kicked behind Matt Stover over at Louisiana Tech. He still coaches our kickers. He does a radio as well, and
great guy.
He talks wonderful things about Coach Hedges. So
he's Mr. Shreve, man. That guy's incredible. He loves Captain Shreve. Got to mention your dad and your connection with Northwestern State. You went to Northwestern, and your dad was, man, at one time he represented just about every NFL player that came out of Northwestern as a financial agent, a guy that was had the best interests of a lot of the kids. And I mean, what do you think of Coach McCorkle, the new coach?
He's doing good things, man. He's trying to do it the right way. You know, in the college environment nowadays, as you're well aware, it's tough to build a culture. And I think that when you get guys like Coach McCorkle down there, that's kind of been his MO is just developing that culture. And when you're a culture guy that you know has that structure in place for a kid to grow and develop, it's really hard nowadays to keep kids around. So I think that coaches like him, that's kind of their blueprint. They're trying to figure out the best way to go about that in the current environment. And you know, I hope that he has some success this year. I know they played a lot of young guys last year. They've offered our tailback, Jamarcia Plater here, and trying to get some key guys in. They signed Ben Taylor from over at Airline, and Ben's a great kid, and those are kind of program kids you're going to have to turn that thing around. So I think he's got it headed in the right direction.
I think they got Ben Jump, their kicker too, is big time going over there. You know, it's crazy. I was at Natchitoches Central, speaking of former Northwestern State coaches. Now Brad Laird is the head coach, and only in Natchitoches where people are just so friendly, so close, that you can meet two former head Northwestern State football coaches at the high school.
Yeah.
Coach Thomas.
Yep.
And Coach Laird at Natchitoches Central.
Yeah, he's got Jay-Bird down there now. Saw them. We went down there last year, played a JV freshman game down there before they came up here, and it's just been a ton of fun to watch Coach Laird kind of morph his game into from the college world down to the high school world. You know, his son's down there playing baseball. He's a stud baseball player, and I think that Brad's able to enjoy that time with him, and having Jay on staff just got to be a hoot, man. We had some good days back in when Pivito was at Northwestern. We were all together.
Oh yeah, and then they got McCorkle's son on the team.
Yeah,
coming up, big guy. He's like 6'2" at least, and they got a good looking roster right now.
Yeah.
Coach, one final question. What do you think about this coming year? And it's always difficult. A lot of offenses in the city. I mean, y'all had 3 games last year over 120 total points, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's the coaching level up here I think's increased significantly just as far as the depth of it. I mean, head coaches, play callers, a lot more knowledge. Justin's doing a good job over at Airline. Coach Blue and those guys at Bird do a terrific job. Coy and those guys apart. I mean, there's just a boatload of talent as far as coaches, and when you get that level of leadership, you get kids that can have success. And so we've always had athletes. I think that a lot of them have had to play above their pay grade, so to speak. Whether it was a Joe Delaney or whoever it was that have come out of here, and Arnaz Battles. I mean, they were just freaks of nature. But now I think you're seeing some of the more football players that are actually getting that opportunity now because the coaching levels around here has just steadily taking steps. And so, the area has gotten a lot more competitive. I think last year we had probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 of the top quarterbacks in the state playing out of here. And that's just, it wasn't like that 25 years ago, and so it's the productivity, those guys get in the playoffs and have success against teams from all over the state. And so, we take pride in it as a group of coaches up here from the northwest region of the state. And I think that it's just kind of a little chip on our shoulder. We always kind of like to work a little harder when we got a chip on our shoulder. So.
Yeah. And you got Parkway's got Caleb Williams coming back at quarterback. You got Captain Shreve's, your quarterback. Amos is going to be a good quarterback.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And then you got Peyton Houston and Evangel's going to be a national guy. And on and on and on and on and on. Mm-hmm. So, like you said, quarterback and punters and kickers, man.
Yeah.
You got some kickers coming up. You've lost 2. I mean, this school's graduated 2 great kickers the last 3 years.
I think Jimmy Mark was telling me that I think 4 or 5 of the previous kickers have gone on to play college football.
That's crazy.
We've got another 2 or 3 this year that are going to be battling for that job, and so it's just good soccer program here. One of the district title in soccer, and when you have a great soccer program, man, you can find a kicker.
And Jeremy, some schools have no kickers.
I didn't have one for 4 years at Huntington, so we got a really deep 2-point playbook at that point. But I was fortunate enough last year to have one. So. 4th
and let's get it, right?
Yeah, it didn't matter 4th and whatever. We had to get the first down. So.
Well, good luck to you this year again. You do a good job. You work hard. You're the right guy to be in this profession. We need more young coaches like you coming up, and you eat and sleep football, and that's what you got to have.
I appreciate it, Leah. The young comment as well too. I'm creeping up there and got 4 kids, so it's
old as I am old.
Yeah, thank you.
Young.
Thank you for coming by. Thank you for supporting the whole state and giving these kids an opportunity to kind of have a little light on their game, whatever that might be. So we appreciate you and look forward to always seeing you up here.
All right, Jeremy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching the Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King.